Hey, Andrea.
Hey,
Hey, do you mind if we ask you some questions to celebrate 15 years of iubenda?
of course.
How does it feel to hit 15 years of iubenda?
Completely unlikely.
And what was your first thought this morning?
Must have been finding my next audiobook. I listened to so many of them, it's quite a job to find the next one.
What's something about the early days nobody knows?
I think it's that we apply to every single accelerator out there, sometimes multiple times, and nobody could see it, really.
The moment you knew iubenda could actually become a company.
Well, I think maybe that after a year or so of trying to make it happen, I will still add it. Yeah.
And the biggest pinch me moment so far.
All my life is a pinch me moment, big one.
What's one thing you'd tell 2011 you?
Timing, it's all about timing.
The hardest part of building for 15 years straight.
The perennial roller coaster.
And the most rewarding?
I think it is in our little having helped so many users and customers.
Nice. What was your elevator pitch?
Conquer every single footer in the world.
How would you rewrite it today?
Conquer every single footer in the world.
Great. One lesson about product you learned the hard way.
That it's never really about making a choice between the right decision and the wrong decision. It's always about having a lot of really good options and picking the damn right one.
Yeah, great advice. One lesson about leadership you wish everyone knew.
As you grow, not all of your team will be able to grow with you, and you'll need to make some more choices there.
What did you get completely wrong at first?
Actually, it's quite scary, weirdly, that I got so much right.
What did you get surprisingly right?
I think that in a moment 15 years ago when it was really all about privacy, it was all about, obviously, social media and sharing, that privacy was going to be a thing. As they say, contrary and right. Yeah.
And what's a myth about startups you want to kill?
That funding has, funding is not a goal. The goal is building the company, and funding as a mean, it is one that comes with a lot of trade-offs and compromises that I think founders underestimate.
And what's a myth about founders you want to kill?
That you need to overwork yourself in order to succeed. Actually, if you are too busy, you're compromising on the time that you dedicate to thinking, and your capability to think is everything. So you should probably be delegating more.
Great advice. What's your favorite era in iubenda's journey?
When in 1 year we went from just getting by to 5x revenue, and really that feeling of, okay, we're no longer surviving.
Great flex. And your least favorite?
I think having kind of made it, all of the bad moments, you see them in a light that they were kind of worth it and instrumental to it.
What's one thing you thought you'd never do as a founder but did?
Get good at public speaking.
If iubenda never existed, what would you be doing right now?
I'm pretty sure that I will be an entrepreneur, even though actually I think I could have been a chef.
Huh. And what's one decision that changed everything?
It was probably summer 2013 when it was hard, and I decided not to get funding at that moment. That changed everything, as a few years later we did 5x in revenue.
Great. Who gave you advice you still think about today?
Thomas Mann in the Buddenbrooks.
What did he say?
That you should never do anything during the day that will haunt you at night.
I love that. What's a hire you'll never forget?
Probably this developer that started collaborating with us when he was 16 and still at school, and 10 years later is still with us.
Amazing. What's a moment the team surprised you?
Well, actually, as I still was the CEO, That was hard. So I'm more surprised now that I'm no longer the CEO, as before I was peeking into every single thing ever.
Finish the sentence. Building compliant software is actually.
It's actually a double dip because it's like any other software. So you get to help customers and that's great. But then you also help to, in our case, improve a fundamental right, which is the right to privacy.
And what's something customers have taught you?
Simplicity.
What's one feature you're secretly proudest of?
Now, that's like asking a parent who's your favorite child, so I'll skip on that one.
Okay. And a feature that nearly broke the team?
There was a moment in which I set a really hard deadline for something that the team wasn't really buying in on. And I don't know, ultimately I had to muscle through, and that ended up almost doubling our revenue in a few months. So that was a good one.
Something you still want to build but haven't yet?
Well, I'm building something pretty cool at Team Blue right now, but I think the dream of any builder is to create something that will last forever.
How do you describe iubenda to your mum?
Well, it's something that helps anyone that has a website or an app make that website or app compliant with the law.
And how would she describe it back to you?
You do the cookies.
What's a misconception people have about privacy?
That it's useless. You should ask that to anyone that is living under an autocracy.
What's a misconception people have about founders?
Or that it's about having a stroke of genius, and so we did that way, while 99% of the time is about 10 years of relentless dedication.
One thing you wish every user actually did on time?
Well, when it comes to compliance, it's probably getting your email consent right, because fixing it later is a nightmare.
What's your perfect reset after a long day?
Sleeping. I'm a morning person.
Coffee or tea?
Sleep.
What's your go-to productivity trick?
It's asking in every single moment what is the most important thing that I have to do right now, literally over and over.
What's a habit that keeps you grounded?
Walking. I love walking.
The tech trend you're most excited about?
It's obvious, but AI.
And the trend you're over?
It's the dopamine-inducing content, enough of it.
What's a tool you can't work without?
Nowadays, it's cloud code, completely into the addiction.
What's the best idea you've had at 2 a.m?
I'm sleeping, there's no way I'm gonna get any ideas.
Your worst idea?
As if I'm gonna tell you that one. And in any case, I think 2 a.m. only bad ideas.
Who inspires your leadership style?
Well, I don't really have much of a reference, because most tech leaders tend to be technologists rather than humanists, and I think myself as more of a humanist. But maybe if I had to say one name, it might be Moshinar from Patagonia, who maybe is, think about the company more as a community rather than like, a tool. Yeah.
Nice. What's a book that shaped you?
A Wild Idea, the bio of Douglas Tompkins, the founder of North Face and Esprit, who spent all of his wealth to protect 25 million acres in Patagonia. Just to give you an idea, that's 2.5 times the size of Switzerland.
And what's a quote that stuck with you?
Maybe two. One is, between fame and fortune, try fortune first. And the other one, the more I train, the luckier I get.
What's your proudest moment as a founder?
I think it's, I think it's all of the employees and the teammates that have built great lives out of our company, and great friendships and great relationships.
What's your proudest moment as a human?
Probably that one too.
Nice. A moment you almost gave up?
Yeah, I think it was that summer 2013 where we really, we didn't have enough growth, we didn't have enough revenue, and I really didn't know if we were going to make it.
What made you keep going?
The customers, speaking with them and getting, their feedback. That was everything for me in that moment.
What's one thing you want the team to know today?
Nothing is owed to you. Go out and take it.
Love that. One thing you want the customers to know?
Just thank you. I don't take it for granted.
What's the biggest misconception about compliance tools?
That it's about the setup, while it's all about keeping it up to date.
What's the weirdest use case you've seen?
I think the weird ones I cannot talk about.
What's the most common question you still get asked?
What are you doing next? Or what, are you still doing the same thing? And dude, I think consistency is underrated.
What's something you learned from failure?
That learning is, prioritize learning over reward, I think.
What's something you learned from success?
That it's never about being the top one. It's about consistently being in the top 3.
Yes. And if you could relive one iubenda moment, what would it be?
The moment when the cookie law went into enforcement and I went from being nobody to literally having my phone jammed by all of the large companies that wanted to get our product.
Wow. And if you could delete one moment from the journey, what would it be?
None of it. Own it. Own your mistakes, I think. Own the bad ones.
That's great advice. What's a decision you're grateful you fought for?
Well, probably keeping the focus. I think at the beginning, as nobody could see it, everyone was telling us to kind of try and do other things, and I stayed onto the same product, privacy, and ultimately that paid off. I think that was one of those moments of clarity that I really look back and I think, how did I have such certainties?
A decision you should have made faster?
Yeah, I think some of the team that didn't work out and keeping those people for too long. I think when I look at the moments in which we didn't nail it, it was often because we didn't have the right person at the right place.
Got it. And what's your secret superpower as a founder?
I think it's the combination of discipline and obstination. I think it's a killer combination, and obstination I think is kind of persistence against common sense.
That is definitely a killer combination. What's a weakness you'd openly admit?
I can be quite rude.
What keeps you curious after 15 years?
Well, I think it's about building it every day at an even greater level of scale. That keeps me motivated, yeah.
And what keeps you humble?
The many great founder friends that were great and didn't make it.
What excites you about iubenda's next chapter?
Well, a lot is changing right now, so there are really a lot of opportunities that are coming up.
And what scares you about it?
That it's a bit of a nuclear disruption, but I think we have a team of cockroaches.
What's one thing you'll never compromise on?
Probably sleep as well.
Sleep is very important.
Yeah.
And what's one thing you've learned to let go of?
I think it's when you delegate, perfection of execution.
What's your vision for iubenda in 5 years?
Well, I think it's not my vision anymore. I think that's with the team to decide.
And what's your vision for yourself in 5 years?
Still building, but with unprecedented leverage, I think.
Last one. What does 15 years of iubenda mean to you in one sentence?
Well, I think if I think back, I would never have thought that we would have made it this far. And I also want to thank my co-founder. Goodbye, Mimo.
Thank you, Andrea. That was great. Really good talking to you.